Ron? Where are you? Where is Ron right now?
We are in the motherland, the Great Lakes state, the land of 10,000 lakes, but we got more. No, we're not in Minnesota. We are in Michigan today. And this is the motherland for Ron Travels. We spent the night here in southern Michigan, and now we're gonna head up to Traverse City. We're gonna do Mackinac Island, and we're gonna do the UP. And I've got my wife and father-in-law with me, and I've got my baby in the womb of my wife. So my baby gets to become an official LaRue when the baby crosses the Mackinac Bridge. That's how you become a real Ron family member, LaRue. Anyways, that's where we're at. We're gonna get on the road and make it happen, Captain.
Balake. Where is Balake at? No Balake here today.
Here's Frankie.
That's Bernie.
Yeah.
So we are here in Frankenmuth, Michigan, and this is a little Bavarian village, you know, a little bit north of Detroit. Just a Bavarian village in the middle of nowhere. For some reason, this place has some of the best fried chicken you ever ate, and a little covered bridge and some good beer. And look, we even got a little paddle wheel boat here coming by. The village of Frankenmuth began as a German community in 1845. Its first settlers were among the German immigrants who left their homeland because of poor farming conditions and political unrest. Frankenmuth also attracted people who wanted to convert the Indians to the Lutheran faith. The Zender family immigrated from Germany in 1846. A family trip back to Bavaria in the 1950s inspired them to redecorate their restaurant in the Bavarian theme. The Bavarian Inn's motif, accented by a 50-foot high glockenspiel, echoes Frankenmuth's German heritage. Over 20 million meals were served at the inn between 1888 and 1988. A record 5,470 meals were served on October 9, 1982. By the 1980s, the Bavarian Inn was recognized as one of the 10 largest restaurants in the United States. Ooh, a wine and beer shop right up my alley. Beer. Ooh. So there's 8 shops in this Castle Shops place, but just a neat little place where you can stop in, get some good German beer and good German baked goods. I'm gonna see if I can find myself a pretzel.
Complaints about service.
Huh. Wow. Well, that's Perders, Grand Traverse Bay.
It is.
Is that part of Michigan?
That's
or?
part of Lake Michigan.
Oh,
And this
okay.
is the bay.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Nerds.
You can see,
Look at
look
that
at the
water.
green looking water,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm gonna say,
Cherry Republic. Thank you. All things cherry. Traverse City, Michigan is the cherry capital. And so it's the largest cherry growing region in the world. And you can get about every bit of cherry. Cherry salsa. I'm sure they got cherry vodka. They got cherry everything. All the cherries. That's it. Just all the cherries. Every bit of cherries that a person could ever want or imagine. So, they have an annual cherry festival here in Traverse City that I've been here for too. And that is something. That's something. It's a huge party. But yeah, this is a great place to check out. And of course, they got all kinds of cherry wines.
What is a fat right now? This is fat. Oh, you think it's supposed to?
And this is Clinch Park. We're heading over to
I know.
see the water here. And of course, this is Traverse City, so no tunnel would be complete without art, which is beautiful. One must appreciate such a thing. There's a wolf there, that looks cool. Love that. Love the colors.
Look at all the spiders.
Native American influenced art there. And everywhere you go in Traverse City is just beautiful. Flowers, landscaped. It's just, that's it. Just everywhere you go, all the colors, all the flowers. Pure Michigan right here. Grand Traverse Bay. You got schooners out there. Kinds of different sailboats, motorboats. And right here you have a marina. Don't ever sleep on the Great Lakes. Traverse City is one of the most beautiful towns in the country and probably the world. I mean, the right time of year, this place is just, it's beautiful. So it's day 2. We've been getting rained out today. We just decided to do a little driving around, and we're kind of going up to Petoskey and then gonna stop off at Charlevoix and then maybe tour around a little bit of Torch Lake today. That's the idea. So we just stopped off. We're on the road heading up to 31 North. We're getting rained out everywhere. So it's just kind of day to drive and check out some towns. But we stopped off at the Frisk farm stand, and as you can see, it's pretty major. It's got a nice park here for the kids. There's just this massive area for this particular roadside stand, and a lot of just awesome looking stuff inside. So check it out. Frisk. It's a roadside stand off the 31 between Traverse City and Petoskey. Actually, between Traverse City and Charlevoix.
On the way between Petoskey and Charlevoix, on the way back, because we started up high at Petoskey and kind of circled back down to Charlevoix, on the way back, we stopped off at Little Traverse Bay, just a little spot on the side of the road. And it might not look like much, but there's something healing about large bodies of water, and I think a lot of people have no idea what these Great Lakes are like, right? And so this is a little bay off of Lake Michigan, Little Traverse Bay, to be more specific. But, you know, when I did live, I spent 20 years of my life in the ocean in Southern California, and when I lived there, I would, you know, to clear my mind, I would go down to and just listen to the waves crash, and there's something therapeutic about that. And whenever I'm in Michigan or near the Great Lakes, if I'm in Minnesota, wherever I'm at, Wisconsin, I always make it a point to stop, to walk, to breathe, And I know that sounds like I'm a filthy hippie, and I probably am, but there's something spiritual and there's something healing about these bodies of water that are this large. The Great Lakes are like an inland sea, and to me, it's a spot where if I've got things on my mind, that I can go and just kind of breathe in, breathe out, and I get that clarity. There's a lot of emotional points on this trip for me. One, I have a strong connection to my father who's passed away in 2019, and I lived in Michigan, when he was there. And so, and I've got my wife there, my father-in-law, I've got, my wife's got a baby in the womb. And so there's a lot of things that are going through my head, and I realize that might be a little bit of insider baseball for a travel video, but I just want you to understand what's going through my head as I'm walking these places. There's a lot of emotion tied up in these lakes and this water and this land. This really is the motherland for me.
So we have arrived in Petoskey. I think this might be the first time in my life I've actually walked around this town. Driven through here a few times, more so seen the signs for it when I was heading to the UP, but this town's probably blown up over the past 20-30 years. I don't ever remember it being this big, but not to say that my memory's too solid either. Cute little downtown, ton of shops. Of course, you got the water right there, Grand Traverse Bay. Absolutely beautiful though.
Do we like where it says all the things? Or do we like just a picture? So that, they're just gonna be like, what is that? But if they look at this, they say, oh, it's Michigan.
Yeah, I like it saying all the things. And this is the current vibe in Petoskey. Had to stop off and buy an umbrella because it's raining. But cute little town here. All kinds of shops, local goods, food, drink, anything you want. It's a beautiful day in Petoskey, as you can see. But stopped in, bought an umbrella, upward and onward. So we stopped. The world's greatest Buddha shirt, huh, Paul? I think we ought to get that for someone we know. We ain't gonna mention no names or nothing. Okay, so we're down here in Charlevoix. The rain let up for a minute. We stopped in the Broken Bridge tap room or some tap room. Right down Raised Bridge tap room, something like that. Food was mediocre. Beer was mediocre. It's mediocre. Would not recommend. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. So, anyways, we're gonna take a walk and just check out a little bit of Charlevoix. Walk around. The weather. Well, the weather really hasn't been cooperating at all. But what are you gonna do? You're here in the time you got. So let's see what else we can get into aside from some mediocre food. Charlevoix's beautiful. We're right on like the Round Lake part of it and the downtown, and beautiful marina down here. And normally the water is beautiful, but when the sun goes and hides, then everything just looks blue, gray, and regular. So is what it is. Not getting the full effect, but still enjoying it because, hey, we're here in Charlevoix. What else you gonna do? No, that's a fourth home.
Marco Island, Florida.
After Charlevoix, we took a drive down to Torch Lake. I wanted my family to see it. They're from Texas. They've never seen it. And if you're not familiar with Torch Lake, it's one of these lakes that is like a Canadian alpine lake. It looks tropical. Torch Lake's claim to fame at one point was that National Geographic rated it as the third most beautiful lake in the world. The water is incredibly clear. You can see from these colors, it looks like you're in the Caribbean. Beautiful lake. Typically, if you're there, and you got a boat, you're going to go out to a sandbar. There's a huge party scene out there. But, with a pregnant wife and my father-in-law, that's not exactly the vibe. So we just did a brief stop there, wanted to show them the water. Gorgeous lake. Highly recommend.
We have arrived at the Mission Point Lighthouse, and the drive from Traverse City up the bay through this point is incredible. Just rolling vineyards, Grand Traverse Bay on both sides of you. It's incredibly beautiful. One of the most beautiful drives in the state for sure. And we're walking around a period cabin here. It's the Hessler log home. There's Paul. We are entering Mission Point Lighthouse here at the tip of the peninsula. And here's a view of the place. Established 1870. You're now standing on the 45th parallel, or halfway between the North Pole and the equator. So this is halfway. That's crazy. The view is absolutely astonishing. It's beautiful.
So on this vacation, I think my wife booked something like 4 or 5 boat tours. We joked at one point that we were going to be on boats more than we were going to be on land. But this particular cruise was a cruise put on by Discovery Cruises. And it was essentially, it's a historical and cultural points of interest. And it's a 2-hour-long shoreline cruise of the West Bay of Grand Traverse Bay. I want to say that the tickets were like $50 each, $48 each, something like that. But you get a really good view of the bay. You get to see some of the water. You learn about the local historical stuff. And, one, we're on the water. It's beautiful because it's, the Bay and Lake Michigan. So the water is just absolutely gorgeous. You see some beautiful homes. You learn some very, interesting cultural stuff. about the Native American heritage in the area and just the history of essentially the entire area as it relates to the water. So really cool cruise. You know, it's one of those things that if you get a chance and you're there, it makes sense to do from my perspective. Anytime I can get out on the water, or we can get out on the water, we always do. And this particular trip, we certainly did that as much as we could.
We are here in Grand Traverse Bay on the Discovery Cruises 2-hour historical tour. So we're learning about the lake. This is going through Grand Traverse Bay. I should say mostly Grand Traverse Bay, but the lake and Little Michigan history here. So pretty awesome stuff. Totally digging it. How's my baby doing?
We chilling. I'm here for the wine cruise.
How about my other baby?
She's here for the wine cruise too.
I don't think we're doing wine cruises. I'm gonna go with the negative on that. Great time, beautiful day to be out on the water. Now we're out here we're in the first week of September. So, you know, you're right around the verge of the time where it could potentially cool down. But just look at this around. And we had a nice break from the rain today, thank God, because this is the day we had the cruise tour. And it's just absolutely gorgeous out. They take you around the West Bay, and then they cruise over. They tell you about the houses in the local area, and you know, you get to be out here on the water on a boat. They also serve beer and probably wine, and they had coffee and hot chocolate and stuff. So really good time out here. Great to be out on the water in the bay, the Grand Traverse Bay in Lake Michigan. What did you like about the cruise?
I guess the cold air.
The cold air?
And the pretty water.
The pretty water? What about the camera? Did you like the camera?
Excuse me, I'm wanted by the law. I'd like my face on the video. Excuse me.
I'm in shock.
Yeah, I found a restaurant.
So this is Leelanau coffee. Now, funny story, when I lived in Western Michigan, this is the only coffee beans I would buy. And I've never been here before, so this is pretty cool. So if you're in Glen Arbor and it ain't high season, some places are cash only, most places are closed. And that's how we ended up at Boondocks. Wah, wah. So we'll see how this goes.
Sorry guys, I'm closed.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. How much is it?
25. Unfortunately, you can't accept cash out here. Sorry about
Okay, we can do card.
that. Is anyone active duty military or veteran on here?
I'm a veteran.
You are?
Yeah.
Do you happen to have a license?
I have a veteran ID. Oh, free pass, huh?
Yeah. Absolutely free. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. Nothing. It's free.
Absolutely nothing.
Come on.
Free for veterans.
Wow, that's cool. Well, thank you.
Sleeping Bear Dunes. Just a stunningly beautiful area. So after a tragic meal at Boondocks, we decided to do the Pierce Stockton Scenic Trail. And this goes throughout the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Park. Nice thing for veterans is you get in for free, and if not, it's 25 bucks a vehicle. But yeah, it was nice to get that that veteran pass to get in all the national parks for free. So yeah, don't sleep on this. It's beautiful. There's beautiful stuff to see up here. Like I said, we're here in early September, and the weather just couldn't be more perfect for us, around 58, 60 degrees.
You can see a little bit of teal.
So we have arrived at the Grand Traverse Lighthouse. This is at the tip of the Leelanau Peninsula. That is my wife in the background flapping her gums. That's what she do. They say stick to what you're good at. She took that literally. Okay, so here you got your little gift shop. Camps. Oh, look at that water out there. God bless America. That is some beautiful country. Oh, look at that. The Grand Traverse Lighthouse. The water is blowing up. There's supposedly a gale on Lake Michigan today, which that always means that the scenery here is going to be dramatic and beautiful. And I'll tell you what, these Great Lakes, there's something. That sign says, even good dogs must be on a leash. Even good dogs must be on a leash. Let's get right out here and see old Big Blue. Oh yeah. There's the lighthouse. And there's the beautiful shore of Lake Michigan. So this is my happy place right here. If there's any place I want to be on this planet, it'd be on these Great Lakes right here. Stunningly beautiful, rugged, and meant for manly men. I can't get enough. This is the keeper's quarters here for the Grand Traverse Lighthouse. So one of the keepers was telling me that there's an actual program where you can volunteer and you pay and you come out here and you be a lighthouse keeper for a week. And the way she described it, I gotta say, I can see that I would easily be signing up for something like that. But this is just absolutely fascinating to see all this stuff. Radio was used from 1922 to 1938. The availability of radio broadcasts over Lake Michigan quickly made the McCormick family into avid Green Bay Packers fans. That's a shame. Hate to see people lost to the pack. We're strictly a Detroit Lions household, so we've got rules. The Packers are not a part of that program. We don't play that. After our stint at the last lighthouse, we went up to Leland, Michigan. Now, Leland is a picturesque coastal small town located on a sliver of land between Lake Michigan and Lake Leelanau on Michigan's Leelanau Peninsula. Leland sits on the northwest side of Michigan's Lower Peninsula, about 20 miles northwest of Traverse City on the Lake Michigan side of the Leelanau Peninsula. The village straddles Fishtown and a mouth of the lake, Leelanau, outlet into Lake Michigan. Expect sculpted shorelines, short coastal bluffs, and sheltered waters, perfect for boating, kayaking, and fishing. Leland's history goes back long before European settlers. The area is in the traditional territory of the Ottawa and Ojibwe peoples. European American settlements accelerated in the mid-1800s, and by the late 19th century and early 20th century, Leland had become an active commercial fishing port on Lake Michigan. The most famous part of Leland is Fishtown. It's a cluster of wooden fishing shanties on docks that grew up around the lake trout and whitefish fisheries. Those shanties, some dating to the 1800s and early 1900s, are among the town's defining features. And a lot of those shanties are still standing today. So as commercial fishing declined in mid-century, Leland found a new life in preservation and tourism. Local efforts saved many of the shanties and docks today, and they're preserved as a part of a living historical district. So if you're in Leland, first of all, there's a few things to check out, right? Number one is Fishtown. Stroll the docks, the historic shanties, and watch the commercial and recreational boats. The old village of Leland, galleries, cafes, and local boutiques, the Leelanau Peninsula wineries and tasting rooms, and boating on Lake Michigan and the Lake Leelanau outlet. It's great for sunset photography. It's great for all kinds of photography, to be honest with you. There's also seasonal festivals and farmers market, and peak season is late spring through early fall. And we were there in September. This is a beautiful time to visit this place, and it's just one of those places that looks like a postcard, and it's stunningly beautiful. So we out here in the Leelanau Peninsula today, and it's been a gale on the lake, so the wind's been ripping. But here in Fishtown, it's always beautiful. I mean, just look at this place. It's something incredible. I can never get enough of this place. I could live here full time. just photograph this peninsula and be happy in life.
That car is the same color as the water.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of cool.
If you do enjoy cars, wait till you see the next video I'm working on. While I was in this area, I had a tour of a friend's garage that is absolutely incredible, and him and his family are just incredible people. They've got this beautiful garage with a lot of different cars in it, and it's really going to be a cool video. As a car guy, I'm super looking forward to it. Another thing I want to say, if you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. I think it's important that we reward real creators and do what we can to fight the AI BS that's being generated out there on YouTube. And, you know, for guys like me that go out and shoot the video, and, you know, I'm paying for all this myself, it really helps me with the algorithm if you like and subscribe. And hey, if you feel so inclined, share the video as well, right? If you enjoy the content. Either way, I want you to know that I appreciate you watching this video.